chicken coop needs cleaned. Join me as I clean it out. We're gonna show you guys how I do it, walk you through it, and then I have a new method I want to try that's gonna help me clean up the poop, possibly a lot easier than I've been doing. So join me today as we do all of that poopy, gross, mucky, yucky stuff. Now, most of the time, I'll just put hay down over top of this entire coop. But it's getting to be really, really hot out. And for the hens in the summer, I like to keep it cool. Now, we had a method in here, and that was we used limestone, which is a really fine rock material. And so this limestone gravel mix, you know, people say that they use sand and make it into like this kitty litter scoop method. So that was my thought process. I thought, I'm going to come out here every day, scoop up the chicken poop, and it's just going to work great. It's going to work a lot better than the hay and everything, and it's going to keep flies down. It's going to be great. So I did not keep up with that. Just like everything else in life, you get behind. You get caught up in things, and stuff doesn't happen like you thought it would. So slowly as this has gone on, the rock and limestone has become compact like a concrete. And so every time I'm shoveling all of this hay and this stuff in here, the rock goes with it. So slowly over time, we've dwindled in our rock amount, and it's getting lesser and lesser as time goes on. So how can we fix this? What is an easier way of solving the coop situation? Well, I've got a method that I want to try today, and I want to show you guys because it's reusing things that you would normally throw away, and we're all about efficiency here. We're all about like things not going to waste and using what we have to benefit us in a better way. So today we're going to talk a bit about that and show you guys the plan for this area. First, I want to talk to you about flies. Flies are a big deal when it comes to chickens, animals, anything. How do you keep those down? How do you get rid of them? So what we do here is we always have fly tape up, and the fly tape works great, but it doesn't keep them all down. What happens is the flies will lay eggs, and they'll lay larvae down in the base of all this manure, all of this poop that's underneath the roosting bars, and those maggots, gnats, everything it makes a big stinky gross mess. So I've had problems in the past with maggots. They're kind of like a nightmare for me. Maggots have like eaten my chickens alive, and that's something you want to watch out for, because what happens is whenever a bird gets maggots on them, it'll quite literally, like I said, eat them alive. Doesn't matter if your bird is really lively or it's going the opposite way. If a bird gets flies on it, flies lay eggs, maggots hatch, your bird is gonna be eaten to death. Alive. It's going to be eaten alive. That's just the fact of it. So how can we keep down the flies? So there's two ways that I've done here. One that's worked, but there's three I'm going to talk to you guys about. One, diatomaceous earth. I've used it before, but I don't have any on hand right now. If I did, I'd probably use it a lot more. Diatomaceous earth is like good for a lot of things, not just flies. It's good for lice, mites, things like that you don't want in your chicken coop. You can put that in your nest boxes, because a lot of times that's where lice and mites reside. That and the roosting bars, and on the chickens themselves, obviously. But whenever the chickens go into the nest box to lay their eggs, the lice and mites and other bugs that might be on your birds will crawl in there, make a nest, and then make a nest on your chickens. So one thing you want to watch out for is that if you have diatomaceous earth with you, please put this around your chicken coop. It's pretty good. Watch how much you do, because, you know, when it comes to diatomaceous earth, I know people say, oh, they shouldn't breathe that in. It is very fine material, so be cautious about how much you use. do the research on it, but diatomaceous earth works really well. Another thing I use all the time, and I found that this like really, really works, is apple cider vinegar and water. Spray this around. The flies can't stand the smell. It's too putrid for them, so I'm running a bit low here, but apple cider vinegar and water, I don't really measure too much, but I just spray this around the entire coop, on the ground, on the walls, and it does. It keeps down the flies for a couple days until then you start seeing them again. Spray more. You know, if you get the cheap apple cider vinegar from the store and spray it everywhere you can. And the last method that we use, and this is an herb, so if you have it or if you want to grow it, lemon balm. Lemon balm's really good for keeping flies out. I usually tie a couple bushels to the ceiling, just like the fly tape is attached. I'll tie that around, and again, it's the same thing with the smell. The flies don't like it, so they stick away. So, lemon balm, diatomaceous earth, apple cider vinegar, and water. Get yourself some fly traps as well, and that should be a pretty easy and sufficient way that you can get rid of your flies. But now let's talk about the cleanup and what we're going to do underneath the roosting bars to make this coop cleanout a little bit simpler. You've probably seen these before. You know what these are, and you know that you're constantly buying them and you're constantly throwing them away. And there's a lot of ways that you can actually use these and recycle them, repurpose them, and use them for a bunch of different ways. And here at our homestead, we like to be efficient, and efficiency, permaculture, it's using what you have and not letting anything go to waste. So, I have a ton. This bag is full of rolled up. This bag is full of rolled up feed bags that I've been collecting over the past few months. And so, there's a lot of things you can do with these. And throughout this year, I have a couple plans, things that I want to do with them. So if you stick around and stay tuned, I'll show you multiple ways that you can use these. But for today, we're going to take these, we're going to cut them up, cut them in half, lay them out, and we're going to put these under our roosting bars. And this is going to be like a form of laminate, sheeting type of way that we can lay this out. And it's made of plastic, so it's a rinsable material. And what we're going to do is we're going to lay these out onto the ground, and the chickens' poop will fall onto them. We can then remove this, be left with a clean slate, take all the poop, dump it out into the compost pile, take these, rinse them off, dry them, put them back. Or, because we have so many, throw them away if we have to. Whenever it gets old and dirty and we're done with it, throw them away, and we'll be good to go. So, let's cut up these feed bags, lay them out, and hopefully this works out. Chicken. So I put some hay on top because I just have this feeling that the chickens are gonna try to scratch it up like they do everything else around here. So I put a little bit of hay, we'll monitor it, might need to get something heavy, might need to stake it down, I don't know. This is a new experience, we're gonna see what happens. But this is kind of the thought process that I have, putting it underneath the chicken poles, putting it underneath the roosting bars, which is where they sleep at night, leaving everything else open because, I mean, the little bit of poop that I clean up on the open parts is very minor compared to everything underneath the roosting bars. So, with that being said, hopefully this works. Hopefully this inspired you if you were looking for ways to clean out your chicken coop and you do it easily and efficiently. This is just a useful, fun way to use up old feed bags that you would normally be throwing away. They would be going to waste. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, this chicken coop clean out. We're done for the day. Thank you guys for joining me here. If you want to stick around for more videos, make sure to subscribe, like this video, and share it with somebody who also would like to maybe learn more things about their chicken coop. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.